And this is Saranas.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Health Minister touts major healthcare infrastructure progress on Grand Bahama. Plus, the Deputy Prime Minister highlights booming family island tourism with sharp rise in visitor arrivals. And the 2025 hurricane shelter list released for the Northern Bahamas.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Well, during his contribution to the 2025-2026 budget debate, Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, reiterated the government's commitment to strengthening healthcare in Grand Bahama, highlighting progress on the Freeport Health Campus and confirming that Phase 1 of the project is expected to be completed by the end of the year. Our Shelia Roll has tonight's top story. Today's 2025-2026 budget debate in the House of Assembly, Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honorable Michael Darville, provided a comprehensive update on major healthcare developments for Grand Bahama with a spotlight on the highly anticipated Freeport Health Campus. Dr. Darville reminded the House that a $75 million loan facility had been secured through CIBC to complete the state-of-the-art medical campus, signaling a significant investment in Grand Bahama's healthcare future. He confirmed that Phase 1 of the project is on track for completion by the end of the year.
We are getting ready for the EpiCore to pour the roof of this facility, and after that we'll begin to install the necessary windows and hopefully have Phase 1A and 1B ready for turnkey by the end of this year, early next year.
The minister assured the public that the entire facility is expected to be fully operational before the end of the Progressive Liberal Party's current term in office.
And begin multi-story concrete structure for Phase 2 to begin now to show the hospital in full-fledged and the state-of-the-art hospital fully operational before the end of our term in office.
The Freeport Health Campus, once fully operational, is expected to include an oncology unit, a development described as a game changer for the island. Currently, many cancer patients must travel to Nassau or abroad for treatment. The new unit will significantly reduce the burden by offering specialized care locally.
On completion of this ambitious project, the residents of Grand Bahama will finally have a full hospital with oncology services, transforming healthcare on that island and by extension the northern services for years to come.
In addition to the health campus, Dr. Dar will also address ongoing renovations at the Rand Memorial Hospital, emphasizing the government's commitment to improving existing health infrastructure alongside new developments.
At the Rand Memorial Hospital, major renovations including the morgue facility, on-call quarters for doctors, the upgrade of medical infrastructure is 95% completed, and in a few months we anticipate full occupancy. The mold remediation exercise for the modular units to the east and west of the Rand Memorial Hospital facility is completed, and these units will go back in service in a few weeks.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shelia Roll. Great news there. Thanks, Shalia. Meantime, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation reported robust growth in the country's family islands, with foreign air and sea arrivals rising significantly this year. Breaking down the figures during his budget contribution on Thursday, he says the numbers reflect the growing appeal of these destinations.
Guests are staying longer and spending more.
Tourism in the Bahamas isn't just back, it's booming. That's according to Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, who is reporting strong year-over-year growth in both air and sea arrivals. He says the rebound is especially evident across the northern Bahamas, signaling a robust recovery for the country's leading economic driver.
Grand Bahama remains the fastest growing island with air arrivals up 14.5%. And we are confident that Celebration Key that will open in Freeport next month will send sea arrivals skyrocketing as well.
He adds that Abaco has also shown solid growth, welcoming some 173,000 arrivals, a 7% increase compared to the same period last year.
Abaco's air arrivals have grown 13.7% year over year, second only to Grand Bahama.
The minister says this growth is not happenstance. It reflects a deliberate push to drive traffic across all 16 island destinations and reflects the growing appeal of our family island experiences. Additionally, he notes that Bimini reported a major jump in total cruise arrivals this year.
Bimini, which began accelerating cruise visitors only recently in 2022, saw a massive 29.7% increase in total arrivals this year.
Officials say from January to April, the Bahamas recorded 4.3 million foreign air and sea arrivals, signaling an 11% increase from 2024. But while the numbers are encouraging, the minister acknowledges potential headwinds that could impact this sector in the coming months.
Much of this can be attributed to the geopolitical issues triggered by the policies of our northern neighbors, including policies on travel bans and advisories. Notwithstanding, our proximity to USA gives us a decided comparative advantage for last-minute impulsive travel. Our strategies have a short-term reactive component, but is also very long-term focused. We will continue to have strategic focused marketing.
Well, with predictions pointing to an above-average Atlantic hurricane season, how prepared is Grand Bahama? In this report, the island's administrator says preparations have been underway since the start of the year, and officials are not leaving anything to chance.
I can say unequivocally now that we in Grand Bahama, we are ready to respond to a hurricane should one come our way.
With forecasters predicting an intense 2025 Atlantic hurricane season, officials in Grand Bahamas say they are fully prepared. According to Preston Cooper, island administrator for the city of Freeport, the Disaster Consultative Committee has been meeting regularly with all key stakeholders since January. Hurricane inspections, he says, have been a top priority.
Certain characteristics have to be addressed. Those inspections have been carried out by a Disaster Risk Management Authority, along with representatives from the Ministry of Works and indeed Social Services, and consideration of structural integrity, bathroom accessibility, handicap-friendly, and of course, flooding. We had to address those issues.
Now, Cooper says officials have identified some 23 shelters on Grand Bahama, 6 of them in the west and 17 in the central area. However, for East Grand Bahama, the message remains clear. There will be mandatory evacuation orders in the event of a major storm.
In the western part, we have the Church of God of Prophecy. In central Grand Bahama, we have the Church of Ascension and Bishop Michael Eldon School Auditorium, just to name a few.
The number of shelters is slightly lower than in previous years. Still, Cooper emphasizing that there is a strong focus on protecting the island's most vulnerable residents.
We're in the process now of, for example, of identifying those persons that are handicapped, the elderly, our senior citizens on the island in terms of the number of persons that we're talking with. We're in relationship with the social services.
While Grand Bahama continues to recover from catastrophic storms like Hurricane Dorian, Cooper urges residents not to wait, stressing that early preparation is key.
Those preparations should be to safeguard their home and properties, removal of trees, removal of loose items which can be used as projectiles in the event of heavy winds, securing of important documents, and also securing of medication.
And as we enter the second week of the Atlantic hurricane season, which officially runs from June 1 to November 30th, the tropics remain quiet, but officials are urging residents to stay alert and ready just in case. Meantime, the Disaster Risk Management Authority has officially released its 2025 hurricane shelter list for the Bahamas. The respective shelters in the northern Bahamas are as follows. If you reside within Abaco's Central District, you are to report to Central Abaco Primary School, Friendship Tabernacle, Guanakee Primary School, Manawar Primary School, and Hope Time Primary School. In Abaco's North District, your shelters are Amy Roberts Primary Preschool, Faith Walk Church of God Community Center, and Grand Key All-Age Schools Preschool Block. For Abaco's South District, you are to report to Crossing Rocks Primary School, Morris Island School, and Soul Seeking Ministries. If you reside in the Berry Islands, the Church of God Prophecy in Great Harbor Key and David A. Dean Community Center in Bullocks Harbor are your assigned shelters. For Bimini residents, Gateway Gymnasium, Louise McDonald High School are your shelters, and Urban Renewal will be the Special Needs Center. For West Grand Bahama, you are to report to Bethany Baptist Church, Church of God Prophecy in the Seagrape and Pinedale communities, Central Zion Baptist Church in Pinedale, Bethel Baptist Church, New Mount Olivet Baptist Church, and in the 8 Mile Rock Gymnasium. Within Central Grand Bahama, you are to report to the Foster B. Pistina Hall of Christ the King Church for those with special needs. Church of Ascension of Arden Forest Road, Central Church of God on Coral Road, First Baptist Church, Shiloh Seventh-day Adventist Church, Evangeline Jervis Hurricane Shelter, Revelation Apostolic International Church, New Life Worship Center, Calvary Temple Assembly of God, Bishop Michael Eldon Schools Auditorium, Maurice Moore Primary School, Sir Jack Haywood Junior High School, and St. George's High School Gymnasium. Other shelters in the Central District, which are reserved for aftermath efforts, include Church of God of Prophecy Community at Heart, First Holiness Church of God, and Miracle Revival Fellowship. In other news, the Ministry of Grand Bahama will soon begin its annual summer jobs program for high school and college students that employs some 600 students at various establishments on the island. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Joel Lewis, has this update.
Those applications will be out shortly. We are identifying persons in the public who would accommodate some of our students, and we also look forward to ensuring that our students have some type of job training and wholesome activity during their summer break.
And still to come.
Father's Day doubles as ZNS celebrates 89 years of radio and salutes impactful fathers. We will have details of that story plus sports highlights when we return.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Be a part of history. The Grand Bahama Port Authority invites you to nominate outstanding residents for Icons of the City 2.0. Submit your nominations today at gbpa.com/icons before June 21st.
Psst. Guess what? Budget Pest Control has something important to show you. Copta termites forma salis, the super termite. What makes them super? Their ferocious appetite can attack your home from below and above. They even attack forestry. But don't worry. Budget Pest Control has extensively studied this species on Grand Bahama. You can even check out our scientific paper. So you can count on us to protect your investment. Call Budget Pest Control, the termite specialist.
Come with us this June as ZNS Northern Service takes you on a journey to one of the most captivating islands in the Bahamas. And even the crystal waters of Ocean Key, we're showing you the best. Plus, an exclusive look at luxury and excitement at Resorts World Bimini. Join us on June 23rd through the 27th for news and daily shows live right here from Resorts World Bimini. Bimini awaits.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Father's Day served a dual purpose for the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas that celebrated nearly 90 years of its radio product, also taking the time to recognize fathers making a difference. Our Cleopatra Murphy has that report.
The spotlight turned to 10 outstanding fathers Sunday night as the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas celebrating 89 years of service to its radio and television audiences in partnership with New Life Worship Center recognized the contributions of fathers. Organizer, Senior Pastor of New Life Worship Center, Simeon Oughton, says the church was pleased to partner for the initiative, while Overseer of Jubilee Cathedral Bishop Godfrey Williams says he is pleased to be a part of something positively highlighting men.
Father's Day is a rather interesting time of the year that does not get the pomp and pageantry that Mother's Day get, but we know fathers to be the seed carrier. And so we want to do as much as we can to recognize and to celebrate them.
But there's some very good fathers in this community who are impacting the lives of so many. And I can say that I am one of them. And
4 of the night's honorees reflected on what the recognition and fatherhood means to them.
Growing up, my father was always there for us. And we were led to be the young men that we are today. So I say, I have to instill that in the guys that are around me.
I help a lot of families, help a lot of kids, and I never know I would have been chosen to be a father with a state.
I've gone through it, and for 52 years, it isn't easy, but when you commit yourself, it's a commitment.
I don't do what I do for recognition, but I'm still very proud that somebody sees and recognizes that something positive is coming from me.
Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas executives Picewell Forbes, Allison Smith, Clint Watson, and Shashina Roll-Fackerson commended the corporation for the milestone and the honorees.
We have been a part of the community of Grand Bahama and the entire Commonwealth of Bahamas, the voice of radio throughout the length and breadth of the Bahamas.
And I want to commend all those who've given much over the years to ZNS and its development, radio, and secondarily this evening television.
Thank you, honorees, for proving to us today that good will always overcome evil.
We again want to say thank you to the 10 outstanding honorees. May the work that you do continue to speak for you.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Great story, Cleo. And now it is time for Health is Wealth Mondays.
Most of us should know by now that diabetes is a chronic condition that affects the way our bodies break down and use the sugar and starch or glucose we eat. Type 2 diabetes is a disease more commonly associated with adults, but it is on the rise in children and adolescents, fueled largely by the obesity epidemic. While most children will show no symptoms, others may experience increased thirst, hunger and urination, weight loss, fatigue, blurred vision, slow-healing sores or frequent infections, or areas of darkened skin often found in the armpits or on the neck. If your child or teenager is at risk for type 2 diabetes, encourage him or her to eat healthy foods, get plenty of physical activity, and maintain a healthy weight. If diet and exercise are not enough for them, medications may be needed. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and remember, your greatest wealth is your health.
And that's a look at stories making news. Jay, what's happening in sports?
Well, Raven, it's a big week for baseball in Grand Bahama. I think your brother played baseball, right?
Yes, he does.
And so Nationals begins on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Some of the best baseball players throughout the country will be in Grand Bahama.
Wow, packed weekend, Jay. Well, thanks. Sports comes your way next, but first a check on your local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Cause it's so beautiful.
Here at Island Bedding, we provide Bahamians a local option for factory direct quality sleep products. We have also expanded to include a range of furniture and home accessories. Check out our new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe. Located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinarian.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm self-insuring my investments, starting with this tarp.
We all remember the blue tarps after the storm. Let's make sure that we are covered with more than the tarp. Don't allow your investment to be at risk. Protect your investment with one of our insurance policies.
Nobody
does it better.
Join us for City in Motion, your inside look at the people, progress, and possibilities shaping the city of Freeport. Each week, we bring you the stories behind the movement. Highlighting how the Grand Bahama Port Authority is leading with purpose.
Our desire is to connect Bahamians with the opportunities that's right in front of them.
This is City in Motion.
Grand Bahama, it's the time of celebration. The Bahama Brass Band presents with a shout, Wheel March, celebrating a combined 170 years of service, duty, and music ministry. 100 years Nassau and 70 years Grand Bahama. With special guests, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Force Band, female contingent. Tickets are $20 in advance and $25 at the door. It's all happening at 7 p.m. Grand Lucayan Ballroom, Saturday, the 26th of July, 2025. With a shout, Wheel March.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. Top in Sports, the GBPA Andre Rogers Jr. National Baseball Championships will take center stage this weekend beginning Thursday on Grand Bahama at the Mara Baseball Park. GB Little League 14U team will be coached by Sidney Thomas, who says Team Grand Bahama is hoping to win the gold this time around.
We have a good group of guys. I feel very competitive. We're young guys. They've been playing together for a while. Going into the nationals, I think we can be a team to reckon with, based on the all players we have who've been playing together for all these years. We're working on hitting. So hitting usually be one of our biggest factor. When we get teams come from different bars, different pitching, So this year we're gonna work on hitting and pitching, just going into these couple of days practice for the nationals.
Also in sports, results from the recent all-out boxing event that saw some competitive fights in the ring. Samani Miller won over Aiding Timothy in the Pee-wee division. Tyrese Knowles got the win versus Ronnie Matherin in the 14 under category. In the 10-11 105 pounds division, Demarion Mackey was victorious over Sanaya Miller. Timothy Higgs lost to Roscoe Boyd in the 14 age group 128 pounds. The age 17 190 pounds bout went to Colin Smith, who took down Navarro Cooper. Dante Anderson defeated Jamal Small in the 14 age group. Also, Keanu Cox outscored Jason Bethel Elite Showdown in the 144 pounds division. And Melwid Pethrin won over Romanian Nightmare Cordrin Kabozru. Ladies and gents, that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Come with us this June as ZNS Northern Service takes you on a journey to one of the most captivating islands in the Bahamas.
And even the crystal waters of Ocean Key, we're showing you the best. Plus, an exclusive look at luxury and excitement at Resort World Bimini.
Join us on June 23rd through the 27th for news and daily shows live right here from Resort World Bimini. Bimini awaits.
What is Business Fit? Business Fit is a group health insurance package offered by BAF Financial. What are some of the benefits of Business Fit? No deductible, dental and vision care, hospital room and board, surgical treatment, labs, medication and drugs, maternity, doctors, clinics, specialist visits, chemotherapy and radiation treatment, air and ground ambulance, and preventative care. Business Fit, offered by BAF Financial.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
The Fluid Factory and the Rhythm 102.7 FM brings it to you. The Reunion 3, the mega old school party. Saturday, June 28th. Performing live. Bahamas is the one you know and love. The hitmaker Tanya Stevens.
Yo, Freeport, this is the girl Tanya Stevens inviting you to join me for the Reunion 3. And it's at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Yo, I want the boom box. Love the way you have the boom stuff.
Oh yes, Tanya Stevens live. Doing all her hits at the Reunion 3. Saturday, June 28th at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Get your early bird tickets now. This one will sell out. Tickets are $60 VIP, $100 Platinum, table $650, Skybox $2,800. Act like you know with Tanya Stevens performing live. Saturday, June 28th at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Gates open at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now. Reunion3.com. Tanya Stevens performing live.
Make sure we see you.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis.
And I'm Jay Philly.
Thank you so much for tuning in. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next day or on your screen.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, hear the latest on the controversy surrounding Cuban healthcare workers and where this leaves future recruitment efforts. Also, boots on the ground in an inner-city community still reeling from one of 3 fatal shootings Father's Day weekend. And in addition to the High Court's bench, find out what the newest Court of Appeal justice looks forward to most. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Earlier this year, the Bahamas found itself, along with some of its regional counterparts, having to defend its labor practices as the United States claimed the Cuban Medical Mission Program, which extends here, has been used to cover up various labor violations. Well, since then, the program has been under heavy review, with the Bahamas promising to get to the bottom of what's going on. And in the House of Assembly today, the health minister used a portion of his contribution to the budget debate to provide an update. Corval Pyfram is here with more. Corval?
Makushla, good evening. In the lower chamber today, Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville, though not conceding that the administration has caved to pressure from the U.S. government over the Cuban Medical Mission Program amid concerns of alleged labor abuses, did reveal today major changes to the program.
All further recruitment exercises of Cuban teachers and healthcare workers are currently on hold pending the outcome of the ongoing discussions between the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and our relevant counterparts in the United States.
Back in April, media reports surfaced along with an alleged leaked document that showed a Cuban state company was pocketing up to 92% of the funds paid by the Bahamas to Cuban healthcare workers. The report prompting the Trump administration to renew its clampdown of the program by also threatening to revoke the visas of officials from countries that knowingly facilitate the Cuban regime's forced labor practices. The Bahamas has maintained it was unaware of any such violations. But since a meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio last month, with the program under increased scrutiny, the Davis administration now showing signs of a reversal in policy.
After fruitful negotiations, we are prepared to cancel all existing contractual agreements and enter into a direct contractual agreement with Cuban healthcare professionals currently in the Bahamas.
As for the outcome of the Cuban workers' decision, the health minister was clear.
Those who agree to these terms will sign the new employment agreement by my ministry and remain in country for deployment across the Family Islands. Those who are not interested in this new arrangement will be given time to wrap up their affairs and return to Cuba.
He also laid out alternatives to addressing the country's healthcare shortages.
In the meantime, my ministry will continue recruitment of specialist nurses and allied healthcare professionals from Africa, the Philippines, India, to address the short-term shortages that exist in the country and continue to train Bahamians to capitalize on these lucrative employment opportunities.
Now, Makushla, we should point out that Dr. Darville was not clear about any time specifics regarding those new contracts with those Cuban healthcare professionals. Makushla?
Well, thanks, Corval. Now, we can also tell you tonight that Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville, though not conceding that the administration has caved in to pressure from the U.S. government over the Cuban Medical Mission Program amid concerns. Also coming from the Health Minister, hope on the horizon for those battling kidney disease. Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville sharing in the House of Assembly a major milestone in healthcare in the Bahamas.
I am pleased to report to this honorable House that after 2 years of preparatory work, my ministry's organ transplant program, funded by line item 228, 1189 in the budget is paying off and bringing forth fruit.
Now, with a growing number of patients facing end-stage renal disease, which the minister says is now a growing public health concern, this week the country is poised to make history.
I'm pleased to announce on June the 18th, 2 days from now, our lead consultants at the Princess Margaret Hospital, along with 3 distinguished transplant surgeons from Trinidad and Barbados, in the country for the 23rd Annual Caribbean College of Surgeons Conference, will perform a live donor kidney transplant on a Bahamian patient at the Princess Margaret Hospital. This will be a part of the official launch of my ministry's long-awaited kidney transplant program.
House members also heard from the Energy and Transport Minister, who touted that the rollout of the national energy policy will place the Bahamas ahead of its goal of having 30% renewable energy generation by 2030. Felicity Darville tells us more.
Pillars of the national energy policy include the Renewable Energy Program, solar energy microgrids, and alternative sources of fuel like LNG. Minister JoBeth Colby-Davis said these initiatives will place the country ahead of its target.
Currently, we're marked at 7% renewable in our country. The completion of these projects is projected that by 2030, our target was 30% by 2030. Is projecting to bring us approximately to 33%, surpassing the national target of 30%.
With ambitious goals, Minister Colby-Davis told Parliament about the implementation of the new Energy Roadmap Phase 1.
So our customers no longer need to worry about extensive outages or appliances having issues. This transformation also ensures stable and predictable pricing, levelized cost of energy, something every household and business can depend on. It also means introducing clean, renewable energy into our system. And lastly, for those in the audience considering a career in energy, the initiative offers extensive skills training that will make our energy workers in the Bahamas the best skilled workforce by far in all the Caribbean.
She stressed that all of this is coming about without privatizing BPL. In one public-private partnership, the government will own 40% of the shares in a special purpose vehicle called Bahamas Grid Company, and Island Grid Solutions, the Bahamian arm of the Pike Corporation, will own 60%. She explained why this power purchase agreement is vital.
Doing a PPA takes away the burden and the cost of BPL, one having to rent generators and provide the fuel for it, but also two, getting new engines that can utilize LNG.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Darville.
Meantime, the minister with cabinet responsibility for the Water and Sewage Corporation, Leon Lundy, today using a portion of his budget contribution to tout the progress the state-owned agency has made over the past year, and this includes its non-revenue water program.
New Providence was distributing 11.9 million imperial gallons per day, but only selling $5.02 million, Mr. Deputy. That's less than 50% of the water being sold that was produced. Today, despite distributing slightly less at 11.66 million gallons per day, we are selling 8.34 million gallons, a 3.32 million gallon increase from previous years, Mr. Deputy. This increase demonstrates our improved efficiency and our commitment to getting value from every gallon produced. In 2024, the corporation's revenues rose to $60.9 million, a 7.4% increase over the previous year, driven by volume, not price.
Now, meantime, WSC's operating expenses were pegged at $113 million with a net operating loss of $50.1 million, and that's an improvement of $53.6 million. This while government subvention increased from $46.3 million to $64.9 million. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Irresistible taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Honestly, ain't making no sense, man. How people making it out here, Dre?
If you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, you gotta learn how to budget. First, write down all of your income. Then, list out all of your expenses. And don't forget to save. Stop throwing away money. Put something aside for savings. And get this, government savings bonds can safely grow your money. So start budgeting, save your coins, and invest smart. Financial independence, right? Wait, financial independence, right? Learn how to invest in government savings bonds on the Central Bank of the Bahamas website.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
Well, you're looking at a shot there of Venetian West. Welcome back. Police officers hitting the pavements, offering a listening ear and assurances in the face of a bloody weekend here in the capital that left 3 dead and 2 wounded. West Calix Forbes takes it from here.
Hours after the life of another father was snuffed out here in the capital, senior police officers, about 15 strong, hit the ground this morning, assuring residents of Cotto Avenue of their presence.
We had to come in this area to really hear the concerns from the general public. They are pleased to see the police. They want to see more policing. They want to see more patrol. And I can tell you, with that said, we will have a number of patrols in these areas starting from now.
That now comes fresh on the heel of another father losing his life to gunfire, and on Father's Day. According to police, a group of people were outside of a home on Cotto Avenue when a white Jeep pulled up. The occupants reportedly opened fire, wounding 3 people, 1 fatal. Earlier that same day, Police Reserve Inspector Lennox Williams was ambushed and shot while reportedly making a deposit. Superintendent Pratt echoed a sentiment shared by his commissioner on that particular scene.
You have to be more about of what you're doing when you're going to the bank. She's saying to the general public is that, listen, if you need your money to be transferred, just get on to a police control room, call the police and say, listen, we need some help removing our money.
You should also keep this in mind.
If you need to deposit a large sum of money, we want you to do it in a more densely populated area where people are moving. Do not wait for a Sunday when nobody's around and then you're taking a chance to go to the bank to deposit money. Listen, the crooks work just like the police.
and the crooks understand how we work.
Meanwhile, police are reminding anyone with information on either of the recent slaying to come forward. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
As you just heard, among the 3 men shot and killed yesterday was father and reserved police inspector Lennox Williams, whose family grappled with the grim task this morning of identifying his lifeless body in the morgue. Our Daniel Dean spent a few moments with relatives.
Roughly 24 hours ago, a cold-blooded broad daylight shooting in this very plaza. Now the distraught family of former police reservist Lennox Williams struggle to pick up the pieces.
He tried to be there for everyone, and no matter what he was going through, he never really asked anybody for help. He would just go and volunteer help.
Inspector Lennox Williams' first cousin, Dixie Jones, says her cousin was the kind to give his last to those around him without second thought, especially his kids.
Oh, great father. I went to church yesterday and they were talking somewhat about absentee fathers. That was so opposite to him. He was just the epitome of a father. His son died, as everybody knows now, on the son's birthday a few years back, and he was actually still grieving that. Then we lost our aunt who lived right here. She died at 102, and now him.
Williams served as the beloved president of St. Mary the Virgin Anglican Church Men's Group. His lifelong friend and fellow Anglican Church Men's Group member, Anthony Foster, now reflecting on his impact.
To leave church and then minutes later be told of that tragedy, it just struck a raw nerve.
Vice President of the group, Lorenzo Roll, described the president this way.
He's well known, well respected, well loved, and it would be difficult.
Williams' mom, according to the family, had just caught a flight from Turks and Caicos yesterday, and upon returning to the house she and her son lived in, got the worst news of her life. Offering condolences today was area MP, the Honourable Alfred Sayers, who says he knows the victim's mom, Mary Stovall, very well.
He was a faithful son, and I saw how he took care, supported his mom, also his aunt who lived to be over 100, and just, I mean, this is a solid family.
His mother visibly upset, and other family members hoping the perpetrators that flipped their world upside down are brought to justice. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
On a lighter note, an appointment more than 30 years in the making and one intended to add greater efficiency to the highest court. Lord Allen has the details of the newest addition to the Court of Appeal.
Having spent more than 3 decades helping to develop the legal system here in the country, on Monday, the Honorable Madam Justice Deborah Frazier became the newest Justice of the Court of Appeal, the ceremony attended by a number of persons in the legal fraternity.
I, Deborah Frazier, do swear that I will well and truly serve His Majesty King Charles III, his heirs and successors, in the office of Justice of the Court of Appeal.
Celebrated by those she's worked closely with over the years, including the President of the Court of Appeal and the Chief Justice, Frazier is seen as an asset to the legal proceedings and the judiciary.
It is certainly a significant accomplishment. The Court of Appeal is the highest court in this country, domestically located, and for, I dare say, 95% of the persons who litigate in this country, that is the final court in which they will have their matters determined.
She's someone who has always been diligent, always interested in the law, and basically is a comfortable person to work with. You know, it's always important to have knowledgeable persons, but it's also important to have persons who you can work with.
Justice Frazier also sharing a light-hearted moment with the Governor General, whom she would have built rapport with over the years, having filled in for the Chief Justice on a number of occasions. Now, Frazier says moving forward, she wants to further the impact toward reform.
I'm looking forward to having more to contribute in terms of the development of our jurisprudence in the Bahamas, in terms of the various aspects of the law which we require or are in need of reform.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
What you doing, man?
I'm getting ready for this heat, boy. But you want to see what's in this box? The ghost pepper chicken sandwich, boy. Get an apple pie, fries, and ghost pepper chicken wing. See? You look at me? Four. Yeah, boy.
Try our new Ghost Pepper Chicken Box today. Available for a limited time only.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we have been in Exuma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is to do some work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass that along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that can take them further in life.
Are you straight? Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you on the live? Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive Fiber services when you port your landline.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code. Select your payment amount and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Bahamas Air stepping in to fill the void Silver Airways left after filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and ceasing operations on June 11th. And Director of Aviation and Deputy Director General of Tourism, Dr. Kenneth Romer, couldn't be more pleased.
When we look at the gaps left by Silver's operations out of Lauderdale into our family islands, we know that Bahamas Air also currently services some of these exact routes. When it comes to your Georgetown Exuma, Silver Airways currently operated 1 flight per week there. Bahamas Air is resuming that Lauderdale Georgetown on the 23rd of June. We've been in discussions about how we can ramp up support Bahamas Air about offering a Lauderdale Eleuthera North Eleuthera direct this year. We're very optimistic again that we're going to get additional airlift into Bimini over the next several months. Exploring again additional airlift between Lauderdale and Mars Harbor. These markets really remain a key priority for us.
Well, it's about that time to check in with LaDon and Marlena, who join us live for a sneak peek of Access Now. Ladies?
Well, Makashla, a new restaurant called Kosa One is about to hit the Atlanta. I think it's open at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort. And guess what? We love to eat. And I think conch and grouper is on the menu, Marlena.
I think it's some kind of fusion. All I know is I'm always happy to have new options. So I'm really excited about that. And I think I saw somewhere it means Paradise Island. So
yes,
that's also pretty clever, you know?
Yes.
You have to go try it sometime.
Sounds good. Stay with us. The National Report is back after the break.
diet-friendly special?
Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training's National Report Card Day is Thursday, June 19th, 2025, between the hours of 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. All parents are urged to collect their children's report card during this time.
As a professional graphic artist, I work from anywhere in the world. When I travel, I try to keep up with my paperwork and bills as much as possible, utilizing NIB's ESS, or Employee Self-Service Portal, to submit my monthly payments and to upload my contribution statement makes life easier. The portal is pretty easy to use too. I consider it to be user-friendly. It asks all the necessary questions to guide me through uploading my contribution statement, and I like that it calculates my payments. The NIB representative who showed me how to use the portal, she was patient, friendly, and knowledgeable. I used to fill out my contribution statement manually and visit an NIB office every month to make payments. But now the ESS portal allows for the entire process to be completed online in a time-efficient manner. Like, yay, thank you, that's done. You should sign up today at ess@nib-bahamas.com.
When your hands are too full, life is just too complicated. Nala, Sammy, come here. Uncomplicate. Go faster, safer, greener with the digital way to pay. With Tap to Pay, it's as easy as a gentle touch. No more headaches. Say hello to convenience. The future of pay is digital with options like credit cards, debit cards, online banking, and digital wallets. Make every experience unforgettable. Embrace the ease of digital payments today.
And that does it for the National Report, but stay close.